crashed yesterday during qualifying. Crutchlow crashed twice, once in final free practice, once in qualifying. Marquez crashed in final free practice. Pedrosa crashed at the end of qualifying as well. It's very, very difficult. It's treacherous out there. It's greasy. They're slipping and sliding, even at this early stage of the race.
And we've seen a lot of people go down already, I suppose. Stefan Bradl is the main man to go on. Trey Iannone also. So it is very, very difficult indeed. Danny Pedrosa has a little look behind him.
Oh, you'll see that he's pulling away from Lorenzo on this lap. The gap out to 0.6. Nervy moments for Rossi and co, because Crutchlow is also closing on him. It's under half a second now. That's where Crutchlow went down in qualifying yesterday. Won it a little bit deep in there, trying to point and squirt it out. Didn't quite work. The Yamaha obviously works best with a nice constant radius. Maybe got dragged in a little bit by Rossi, but it's not cost him too much.
Rossi, the most successful Grand Prix rider ever at Jerez. 6 wins in the MotoGP class, 1 in 125, 1 in 250. Crutchlow obviously chasing that first ever Grand Prix victory. Good ride here last year in 4th place. Good ride with him, that is Valentino Rossi firmly in his sights. Just the specks in front are the 3 leading Spanish riders, Danny Pedrosa, Jorge Lorenzo and Marc Marquez.
Yeah, we really touted Crutchlow as a podium shot if he'd have got away better, but it wasn't to be. He was passed by Rossi at the start. He is starting to come into it a bit more now as Rossi dangles that leg out going into turn 6. And Crutchlow's just a little bit more back there from Rossi.
Riding Vargas, he must be now starting to wait for every movement. Just try and work out just how those tyres are, mustn't you?
That line across the curb from Marquez, remind you of anyone? Reminds me of Stoner, I tell you, the way he's attacking the exits of the corners and just riding right across the paint.
Well, as sure as we're sitting here, Marc Marquez is going to have a dig at Jorge Lorenzo, isn't he?
I don't think this race is done yet, even though Pedrosa is pulling away, because Lorenzo will just be churning out these laps till the end of the race.
They'll be thinking, let's see how you can churn out this sort of pace the whole race. Let's see how your tyres are going to wear. I'm pretty confident I can do it all the way along.
Guys, I'm just standing with Randy De Cuneo. Randy, slightly disappointed. Can you tell us what happened out there?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I lost the front in turn 9, but I don't know. I made mistakes, sure, but it's strange because I tried to stop motorbike because the track was very slippery due to the temperature. And when I released the front brake, I lost the front. I'm disappointed because after to struggle during the practice, I was in a good group after my start and I was confident, but it's a shame because today is bad result for us. 0 points, only 4 laps, and very disappointed.
Physically, everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you.
He wants to be fit for the big race in 2 weeks' time for Randy De Cuneo's home race in Le Mans.
Wide from Lorenzo going through turn 6 that time. What was he saying in the press conference yesterday about the front tyre and it being too soft and being a problem? Tipping it into the corners, he just couldn't make it stick, and again he runs wide and cuts right across it, but Marquez is quicker through there. He's got issues.
He wants to get past Lorenzo now, doesn't he? Because he's worried that Danny Pedrosa is getting away out the front. I mean, it's an amazing situation, only his 3rd MotoGP race. He wants to get past the world champion. It's not going to be easy, but Lorenzo's having his issues, I think. But as you say, as it grinds on, the gap may close.
Right on board with the pair. Right up in behind Lorenzo. Alberto Puig willing on Danny Pedrosa. The gap over the line, 1.4 seconds. Lorenzo's pace is dropping and it's miles away from where he's been, even in the afternoon practice session. Miles away. I'm very, very surprised.
Danny Pedrosa chasing his first victory of the season. He has won in the MotoGP class here previously and a 250cc win. Marc Marquez never won a race at Jerez as a Grand Prix rider. He's really sizing up Jorge Lorenzo, and you do get the feeling there's not a lot Jorge Lorenzo can do at the moment.
Let's have a look down into turn 6 this time. That's the gap as they come down the back straight. This is where Lorenzo was a bit wide on the previous lap. Whoa, Marquez thought that Lorenzo was going to go wide again, and he was forced to pick the bike up there in turn 6. That could have been nasty. That could have been both of them down. Just behind, the gap between Rossi and Crutchlow, by the way, is still under half a second. You saw it a couple of times, he tipped it in, but there was no way through. Lorenzo right in the middle of the corner.
So it's back to plan A again, isn't it? He did all the hard work to get there, but now he's got to work hard to close up on him again, and he's done exactly that. The Marquez is all over the rear wheel of Boy Lorenzo. He wants to get past him because he knows Danny Pedrosa is taking full advantage at the moment. Up towards turn 30, when they get across the line, it'll be 17 laps to go, a long, long way to go. And conditions are only going to get worse, aren't they?
Yeah, and in terms of the lap times they've been setting this weekend, these are well over a second. We thought the race pace may be mid 139s. That's where it had been on Friday afternoon, mid 139s, but they're in mid 140s. That's a 140.4 from Pedrosa, 40.6 from both Lorenzo and Marquez. Rossi and Crutchlow, 40.8 from Rossi, 41.1 from Crutchlow, who had been setting circuit record laps, faster than the race lap record here, which still stands from Danny Pedrosa here in 2010.
So look at the latest Spargo leading the CRT bike, Kenny Pirro, Randy Smith just behind him. Alvaro Batista now closing right up, isn't he, on Cal Crutchlow.
That got very, very tight coming through there. Well, Marquez again, he's so close to the rim. I mean, there's inches separating their tyres down into turn 6, and he brings it back around once more. He clearly wants to get through there, but Lorenzo is trying all the tactics he knows in the World Champions Handbook.
He is. Lock him at all costs at the moment. Lorenzo doing a good job, but Lorenzo will be disappointed that Pedrosa's getting away so much on the front. Here we go again. This is the replay.
Look at the width there from Lorenzo. Look how wide he's taken it through Cito Pong's corner. He has not made that front tyre. He is seriously struggling, and this will be a big problem for him coming through these two fast rights. Remember, Rossi crashed there with a front end issue yesterday.
Yeah, I get the feeling Marquez will go through in the end, and Lorenzo, as he did in Texas, where he might have to settle for a bit of damage limitation, and third place, he will not be happy, I can assure you.
Danny Pedrosa, his championship was over, wasn't it, after the first 2 races? That's what everyone told me anyway. Oh, look again, Lorenzo very wide through turn 1, just doing everything he can to make sure he's in the middle of the track, block the door as much as possible. He will not be happy. He railed against Bridgestone yesterday in the press conference, as did Cal Crutchlow in his media debrief yesterday.
And Alvaro Batista has now got past Cal Crutchlow up into 5th place.
Crutchlow is struggling as well. They all said, all the riders agreed, the front tyre wasn't hard enough. It was hard, the harder option, but not enough.
And what is worrying, there's still 15 and a half laps to go. It's just going to get worse and worse.
Marquez again! He was up in the air, fishtailing all over the place. He's sideways coming into the corner. And, well, he's got to work up a new tactic, I think.
I was just going to say something. He keeps trying it down at dry sack. I think he's got to try it somewhere else, because Lorenzo is just blocking him brilliantly at the moment.
Have a watch. To get all kinds of out of shape. But how many times he almost collected? And he still hasn't managed it just yet. A little bit wild and wonderful from Marc Marquez, but he's got to do all that work once more. The pace is so much slower than we expected.
Danny Pedrosa still leads the way, nice and comfortable at the front. But as you so rightly said, I don't think this race has run its course in any way at all at the moment, because the tyres are going off all the time. There's more and more lack of grip. There's still a long way to go.
Across the line, still the top 3 are the top 3. There is Rossi, 2.5 seconds down on Marquez. He's closed half a second on Marquez and Lorenzo on that last lap. He's got something up his sleeve to keep that gap dropping away. We're only at 12 laps away, 11 gone. It's the 12th lap of the race. Still 15 15, just under 15 to go, and as Rossi played it well, and we saw during practice he was working very much on used tyres.
Good ride by Alvaro Bautista up into 5th place at the moment. Good battle also for 8th place at the moment between Andrea Dovizioso and Lacia Spargo, Michele Pirro and Bradley Smith.
It's all tight between them. Their times are dropping. Dovizioso's considerably. Spargo as well. Yeah, it's intriguing stuff on board with Cal Crutchlow now. His confidence will be no doubt shot just after yesterday's couple of crashes. It would be very disappointing not to be in the battle at the front, but they're having big issues out there. We can't stress it enough. We saw the big slide. You saw Bautista there sliding out on exit from the Aspar corner, and Bautista's main issue was rear grip. He just hasn't been able to get it working at all this weekend. I wonder if as the race goes on that something which will only get worse. But he looks like he's worked through his race setup and race pace very well indeed.
Well, we ride with Alvaro Bautista. There's Cal Crutchlow behind him up into turn 13 where Crutchlow crashed yesterday.
Wide again from Crutchlow. It's like Lorenzo just taking that midline through the corner to make sure he just stays on the track.
Glimpse of Rossi in 4th place. This is the battle for 5th place. Pedrosa still comfortably leading the way, but we're nowhere like half distance at the moment. He's ridden the perfect race so far, Danny Pedrosa, you've got to say. Lorenzo very aggressive with him at the start of the race to take the lead down in turn 2, but since then,
He knew something we didn't. Everyone was saying how Pedrosa, Marquez had beaten him. That's it. Danny Pedrosa, write him off. Someone who won the last 6 races of 8 last year and was runner-up in the World Championship and has won he won 7 races, his best ever year last year.
Marquez has been dropped a little bit.
It's almost